Alright, time for another farm trip, I guess. Oh. Hey guys. Yeah, this life's been great. I built this cool floor step base at my own snowy island and everything. Yeah, no issues so far, so we're all good. And what on earth is that? Well, guess I gotta go. Make sure to stay to the end to see what happens. Alright, ladies and gents, we are back for another solo Rust vid. And oh boy, I'm excited for this one. This one I feel is going to be a banger. So the plan for today's video is I've spotted this sort of big little island in the snow, top left. Got a few good monuments around it. And I have a crazy floor stacked sort of roof bunker base that I want to try. So I'm just going to try and see if I can just claim this island. I don't think I've got any B. Oh no, I do have BPs on this server. But I've already got a green card, so it's fine. See if we can just get a bow going straight away. Okay. Bow already. Get out of here. What the f— Oh. How is he jumping that high? Let's go. Head over. Or I can just maybe boat over. I can find a boat. Gotta wait in this fishing village. So I hate running in the dark. It's like, my luck, I'll run into a polar bear or something. Okay, we made it. Luckily, when looking around the fishing village, I found a boat free for the taking. So I started heading towards the island. One base here. It's a 2x1. When I got to the island, I only noticed one base, which is a small 2x1 near the shore, meaning I could freely farm all the materials to start this complex design. Here. For any of you that don't know, a floor stack is a technique to double layer a floor or ceiling, meaning if a ready was to choose it as a path, they destroy one and be met by another. Yep, okay. I do need to upgrade the server because that lower foundation isn't connected. See, the thing with this floor slope base was the higher and lower foundations actually didn't connect until you had the base to a certain point, meaning I'd have to instantly start farming and upgrading the base to make sure it's all under 1 TC and it wouldn't start decaying. Then we just cover it with bolts.
Even though I expanded the base so it wasn't decaying, I was still very easy to get people done with only having one door, so I quickly went and did another farm trip to try and fix that issue.
Grab my loot from the shack.
And after transferring my shack loot, I hit up the closest gas station where I found my first blueprint frag. Then I set out to kill a bear so I could make some furnaces for the metal I'd farmed, while also I was farming any wood piles I found in my path.
The tier 1.
After letting the metal smelt for a while, I could secure myself with a sheet door and add other doors to make an airlock. When it turned day, I did another farm trip of the island as I noticed the outer foundations were still decaying and I needed to add some honeycomb to connect them. With finally getting the base to a steady level, my focus shifted to getting a tier 2.
Another frag.
So I headed over to sewer to run it and see if I can get any more frags.
Oh my god. Oh my god, another one. I can get this run home. This is going to be literally insane. Then all I need is one frag, and we already got tier 2. Oh my god, we made it. I'm going to take my boat to harbour and see if I can get this last fragment. Big run. That's our tier 2.
When I got home, I put down my tier 2 and reorganised the base a bit. And with knowing the tier 1 on my island had a wood door, I crafted some mollies to raid it.
Another wood door.
Doing the first raid of the wipe, I called it a success, with the biggest profit being the jackhammer, meaning I could do endless farm trips when the nodes respawned on my island to expand the base quickly and get the source stacking up for raids later. With getting another hefty farm run in, I wanted to explore some more of the area. I came across a base that was decaying but not fully open, and then I heard some commotion with Telly near sewer. After playing that fight horribly, I upgraded the starter version of the base and planned to get my auto smelter set up. The only monuments I had near me were launch site, sewer and military tunnels. Knowing the group of AKs with a launch site and sewer side, I decided to try my luck at Miltons. The elites weren't great, with the best thing being a broken MP5. Then I heard a raid happening in the distance. But it was short-lived. At this point, it had been a few hours and was starting to get late. A lot of my metal had cooked, so before I got off, I decided to expand a bit more to the second floor, ensuring that all the base would be sheet metal and I'd be on for day 2. I also had to move my tier 2 upstairs, as I wanted a BP in place an ore refinery in the foundation space I left. I also added a few more sheet doors to the base. And before I got off, I BP'd down to things like Thompson and everything else I needed. Then I sealed my roof bunker, and that's where I left it for day 1.
Alrighty, day 2, ladies and gents. Looking good. Okay. I see one base. It's decaying. That guy is awful. That guy is so bad.
I went back to look for the AK guy, but I couldn't find them.
Oh.
And instead, I noticed another base that looked raided, but no one was around. And with having no one farm my island, my first idea was to clean it of nodes. See, with living in the snow, a main problem can become cloth. So I ran the road close by to try and get some ropes and sewing kits. With doing that road run, it meant I was also stacked up on low grade as I had a lot of crude to smelt. And when it turned morning again, I thought it was time to start the shell of the base. See, here's where I ran into a little problem. I realised the gap I left between the floor stack was just a little too big. I mean, the floors I was meant to have above to jump up into the main part of my base were actually stopping me from jumping in, so I had to continue without them, which wasn't too much of an issue as they were just Dropbox storage. Then I rejigged the inside of the base, as having the workbench upstairs was proving to be annoying. With my ore smelting, I went out to look for a potential raid and came across this base in the mill tons that wasn't there the night before, and it's what happened next that made me very interested.
Those guys are juiced.
So it was safe to say I'd found my targets, but with only having a tier 2, structural raiding would prove to be difficult, so I headed to oil to see if I could start my way towards a tier 3. But with nobody being on oil and me not having a red card, I couldn't get any advanced frags, but with at least having a full backpack, I swam back home. Then I was at AFK in base for a while when I was hearing some noises outside.
Oh.
Yeah, I literally had no clue what that guy was doing. But now somebody knew where I lived, and at least I had an inventory of their good loot. So I strengthened up the base with a few more doors and expanded the shell a bit more. At this point, I had my own system going. When it turned morning, I'd do a lap of the island to farm the nodes and then I'd expand the base a bit more.
But yeah, now we've got peaks into here. I'll make this a bedroom. I don't think I need that many boxes. And then I can cover all this with the floor stack.
With the base a lot stronger, all I was missing was a tier 3 to start raiding, and for that I needed a red card, so I ran foreign into train yard to try and get one. Now having a red card, I was going to instantly run oil, but someone else had taken it so it was down. While I was waiting for it to respawn, I expanded up to the roof of the base.
Let's go to large rig.
After I depoted, I noticed cargo came out on the top side of the map, so I sorted my kit out, and as I had a rib, I knew I could be the first one on.
Just gonna leave with this.
after getting the cargo loot home, I had to rearrange my core again, as I could finally craft my tier 3. And after doing a big recycle run with the component side cart, I could research both of the tech trees. Finally having the tier 3 and boom researched, I still had the one base as my raid targets in mind, but while looking around I came across another base which looked very cheap, and I knew I had something perfect for it. The raid itself was mediocre, so I headed home and started preparing for the main targets. But when I got over to start the raid, the base was stronger than before. I didn't know if the inside had become stronger too, so I took my chances and held off for the night.
I'll save it for tomorrow then.
As it was getting into the late hours of day 2, I was going to call it a night, but before I got off, I called in my airdrops I got and strengthened up the base as much as I could. Which included armoring up the core and putting down some turrets. And that's where I left it for day 2.
Oh my, minus 37. And we are back for another day. Looking good, looking good. Probably the third and final day. We do have rockets and stuff crafted, so let's start with a farm run.
Doing probably the last farm run I ever needed to, meant I could finish the base.
Right. Yes, better get him. Or I'm 100% getting raided in the next like hour or two.
With this mini coming over to my island, not once, but twice, I knew something was going on. But I still had my mindset on raiding my targets from day 2. So I grabbed my AK bolt set to see if their base had changed at all, and that's where tragedy struck.
Oh my god. No, 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 no. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's like 12 of them. I need to respawn, I think. This is...
With this being the only bolty I had to attempt to try and sneak around them as I knew it would help me in the raid. But with no luck, they caught me. So I had to prepare with what I had inside instead.
Got 8 cheese in it. Yeah, that's not actually that far away. Oh my god. Need to open these garage doors. But they're already in the core. Fuck?
And when it turned night, a miracle happened.
Oh no, I lagged.
Everybody had lagged out the server. When I got back in, it was dead silent. And then I stumbled onto this.
Oh my god. But there's no way. There's no way that happened. That is actually crazy.
Most of, or if not all, the rockets they had left now in my possession, my area went quiet, so I took the time to seal the base up a little bit. Then I went to have a look at the road base, but there were still some people inside moving around.
There's like 2 or 3 of them.
I was suspicious of why they were still around, and so I started hearing them again around the base.
What? No way. He just... Oh my god, he just killed himself. There's no way.
So with them finally giving up, the total rocket count was around 40. And that was 40 more than I knew what to do with. But while I had the time, I stood up the base in case they came back again.
How many rockets I've got? I doubt they're gonna try it again. Yeah, bro, there's people everywhere. Oh, there is a mini. Oh my god. Yeah, if I just got that mini, then I just roam raid. Screw it.
With the plan being to get off in the next hour or so, I thought I'd just take all the rockets and raid around the map.
Okay. Oh my. Holy shit.
Flying around, this was the first base that caught my eye.
I'm gonna raid it. The hell? I'm gonna raid this. Screw it, we're raiding it. Yoink. What the? Yeah, I think I'd splash 8 down. It'd be cheaper. Wait. What the hell? Ooh. Yeah. Oof. I heard somebody. I might just have to loot and scoot. I'm already full. Oh my. Can't seal this. Yeah, I can't seal this. What? Oh my god, I'm building them up from here. Screw it. We die, we die. Alright, ladies and gents, well, I am the bag fumbler. But, I mean, the base still stands. So, if there is another online attempt, then maybe you'll see it. But if not, I'd say that was another very good wipe. This base is actually very good, I really like it. So yeah, hope you lot enjoyed. And I shall see you in the next one. Peace.